Hey everybody, Dr. Greco here. Welcome to Ministry in a Minute. So do me a favor, like and share this video and follow the Crossroads School of Ministry. It'll help us get the word out about what we're doing to train up church leaders and volunteers. Now, we've been moving through John chapter 3 this week, and we've said there's a lot of stuff in John chapter 3 that we often miss. And I love the fact that before Jesus made a case for who he was in John 3:16, for God, so loved the world that he sent his only one and only son. He lays out salvation for us. Before that, he explains what that looks like. But in verse 18, he does something that we need to learn from. In verse 18, he basically says, you got to decide whether you're in or out. He says to Nicodemus, whoever believes in him is not condemned, but whoever does not believe stands condemned already because they have not believed in the name of God's one and only Son. Basically, Jesus says, look, I've told you who I am. I've shown you who I am. I've proven who I am. I've told you how it works. You've got to decide if you're in or out. Two important things for church leaders from that statement. Number one, we have got to make a decision that we're in. And most of us, if we're in leadership, have made that decision. Most of us, if we're watching these videos, we're probably mature Christians or want to be mature Christians. We've made that decision. But we've got to make that decision anew every day. We've got to decide that me following Jesus is more important than my schedule today. Now, that doesn't mean you can't be busy and get things done, but get it done with Christ in mind. That decision happens every day for us. But here's the other thing. We need to not be afraid to present this challenge to other people. Other Christians who are only half in, we need to say, hey man, are you all in? And people in the world who are maybe following nothing, we need to say, there's a real God. He really loves you and you should be willing to follow him. This challenge, this simple challenge that centers around who Jesus is and what Jesus did is the crux to the gospel. And we, as believers, can't be afraid to present it both to ourselves, to challenge ourselves to go deeper, and to the world. We'll see you tomorrow for another Ministry in a Minute.